Attention, please. The show starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, it's Wednesday, and we have got the most fantastic character, Vivian, who's going to tell us all about her journey. We're very excited, or I'm very excited, and everybody around me, being the family. So we're very, very excited about Vivian, and she had her surgery in Mexico, and she's going to tell us all about it. So I'm going to bring Vivian in now.
Hey,
Hello.
I'm
Infectious you are. Absolutely infectious.
thank you, thank you. Oh,
You okay?
I'm fabulous. You?
Yeah, all good here. Yes. So
And
what I want to do is just I want to ask you a few questions, obviously, about your journey.
Yeah.
But first of all, I want to hear your history of like obviously being big before the surgery, and if you had it for a long term or was it something that came in adulthood? What was the history of your obesity?
So I since birth. Yeah.
Right, since
Um,
birth.
yeah, I grew up being called Thunder Thighs, right? That was the childhood nickname.
Yeah.
Uh, I was always the big girl. I was always the butterball, right? All the way through, made fun of,
Mm,
all
mm.
I went through we wish you could turn back the time to the teenage years when we thought we were
Mm.
fat, really weren't,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, I know.
right? And so I did, I had those pockets of times when we would do the starvation diets,
Yeah, yeah.
and you would stop and then you would be normal again, normal being obese for me. Um, all my life, all my life. It was
Mm.
it was the constant roller coaster. I would do the crazy diets. I would lose a little. I would be skinny for a minute or
Mhm.
not obese, and I had pockets again that I was thin. I
Yeah,
diet,
yeah. The
pharmaceuticals,
drill.
right? I did
Yeah,
the medicines that made me skinny for a few years, and then they would take you off of them, and then you would blow right back up again. So yeah,
yeah,
forever.
absolutely. Yeah. What was your highest weight?
300 ish. I quit
Right.
weighing. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
300, maybe a little more.
And what's sort of like the American system when it comes to obesity and like their surgery thoughts, or are they happy with it? What do they do? Do they help obesity? Does and also like the insurance, because I know you do it through your jobs, don't you? Through the insurance, through your companies. So how does
Right.
all that work? Side of that work,
So because we're not socialized medicine here, it's
right?
all even if it's through your employer, it's still considered private insurance.
Okay.
Um, Unfortunately, the insurance here, you jump through, sometimes a year or more of hoops to try to get approved. The
Okay.
catch, and I did all of those hoops. The catch being, are you sick? Are you sick? Are you sick? Because if you're sick, maybe we'll help you. Oh, you're not sick? You're just
Yeah.
fat? Oh, obese doesn't count. You want weight loss surgery for obesity? No, no, no. You're not taking any pills yet? No, sorry, we can't help you.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
unfortunately, that is the game. Um, I took no medications. I didn't have high blood pressure. I wasn't diabetic. My cholesterol was
That
okay.
was me.
I just weighed 300 pounds and was
Yeah.
morbidly. That didn't qualify me, even after going through all of the circles, all of
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
psychological studies, and then I got denied because that's you have to be sick,
In order to
unfortunately,
get it. Yeah,
to get it.
yeah.
Yeah,
And of course, what they don't understand is with obesity, you're gonna get sick. So
absolutely.
with everything else, you're going to get sick and you're going to need their help, so like here on the national health, if we don't get to deal with it, obviously we're going to need the national health service to
Mhm.
help us with the breathing, to help us with the knees and the knee operations and things like that, because because we can't walk anymore. So
Oh,
it's just ridiculous. The system's ridiculous.
I wonder, I mean, my knees, I couldn't, and I say this all the time when I tell people about having surgery, I couldn't walk to the mailbox without being in excruciating pain. My
Hmm.
knees hurt so bad, so bad. And that was probably the final deciding factor in my going to Mexico, was because
Was it?
I couldn't walk anymore. I mean,
Mm,
still, I was still living life, but I was living life in excruciating pain.
in pain.
I would go to bed at night and just miserable with my hips hurting. I would get up in the morning miserable. My hips hurt so bad.
Yeah.
So, and I wonder today, if I had taken 10 years ago or 15 years ago and gone to Mexico then, instead of trying to jump through all the hoops, how much better my knees would be today, right?
I
When I
feel the same.
a decade of carrying
Yeah,
it.
I feel the same. Yeah, exactly, the decade of carrying it. Oh, yeah. So you
Right.
did go to Mexico. So tell me all about that. You went in 2020, didn't you? Right in the middle of COVID.
Right in the middle of COVID.
Yes, you do.
This is good to tell you, right? So I had my mother-in-law was in a care facility, and I had
Right.
watched three, an executive director, a director of nursing, a lead nurse there. I had watched them all go to Mexico under
Mm.
Dr. Sergio Verboon, did their surgery, did my
Mhm.
surgery.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so I kind of followed them, watched their journey, saw that, they came back healthy. They didn't, you have all those fears, right, when you go somewhere different, and watched them be successful, and thought, okay, I need to do this. So in the middle
Ready.
of that, I was doing my trying to get done, and finally called one of them and said, okay, I need your contact. Um, Sherry Burke, and I think you and I'll get to do a set with Sherry soon, which will be so
Sherry, absolutely. Can't wait.
absolutely infectious as well, absolutely wonderful. So I called her and said, okay, I'm ready. I had my first conversation with her somewhere around the third week of May.
Mm.
And July the 29th, I was in Mexico. It was it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I flew into San Diego. The
Right.
van up at the hotel. I because of flight times, I had to go the day before. The van from the clinic picked me up. They drove me to the clinic. They checked me in. They did all of the exact same things they would have done if I'd
Yeah.
been. At 12:30, I was on the table. It was
Amazing. Yeah.
just
Easy
3
peasy.
yeah, 3 days later, I was on a plane coming home.
That's incredible. But
It
was it
was
quite lonely? Because obviously you had to go by yourself.
my son went with me. You
Oh, did
can
you? So you were able to do that?
take a companion with you there. Yeah,
Right. Because
yes.
obviously with lockdown, you would think that, that you couldn't do that.
No, no, I carried my son with me.
Yeah.
And, here's the reality. If I did it again today, I would probably go alone.
Mm.
Uh,
Oh, would
but
you?
yeah, or maybe with a girlfriend. As a mother, we never lose that mother instinct, right? So I've
Yeah.
just had surgery, and the whole time I'm worried about, is he okay? Are you comfortable? Do you have enough food? Do that mothering never
Yeah, of
stops.
course.
Yeah, but
Yeah. Oh, but
I had
that was
him.
nice.
There, very minimal language barrier. We used Google
Oh, that's
Translate.
good.
So
So it
yeah,
was
they were,
really easy. Now you
and
did say, sorry, go on.
no, and they were extremely careful in the middle of COVID, because I did go right in the middle of the
Hmm.
COVID
Hmm.
outbreak, the original,
The
um,
first.
right, the first, and masking and gloves, and everything was sterile, and so yeah, it was
Well, that
as
was great as well.
as any experience I've had in the States.
Mm. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good, good. I'm so pleased about that. But then when you got back, it was your gallbladder.
Yeah. And there it went, right? I had and we didn't know then that that's what it was. I had surgery in
Mm.
July. October, I'm having pain. I'm in the ER. They send me home. Your stomach looks fine. And then it was New Year's Eve of 21. So a year and a half later, the
Wow.
gallbladder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So it's a year and a
It,
half.
yeah. So it started flaring
Hmm.
a few months, but then it was like it would get really mad
Did you
and
have the
get
sleeve or
irritated.
the bypass?
I
The
had to sleep.
sleeve. Yeah.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
the gallbladder then is quite, I was just, when I had the interview with the surgeon the other day, last week, he
Yep.
was saying about the gallbladder, wasn't he? And he was
Yeah.
saying about, like, obviously with sleeve, it can then, move it. And it just, although it might show that the stones weren't there, that there is something that it just presents itself.
Mhm.
So, and that's why it's so, common with
It
this
is
all,
very,
the sleeve operation. Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah.
um, it changed dietary for me. So things that and what in reality is, I think our diets all change on what we can and can't eat after this
It
surgery, right?
is,
I don't think it matters if
totally.
bypass or sleeve. You
Yeah,
not only
totally.
right, your tastes change, but also what your body will tolerate changes.
Yes.
Um,
What it decides to like now.
right. Right, exactly. And then with the gallbladder, because you don't have the breakdown coming from the bile,
Yeah.
then the fat, then you got a whole fat issue. Fatty foods are absolute
Mm,
friend.
and sugars.
Oh, trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Those little pesky things.
right. That's the joke. And I think we said this before. That's the joke in my house. But my mouth wants it, but my
Exactly. Oh, it's so true, wasn't it? So that's where the head comes in, isn't it? The hunger game with your
right.
brain. Let's do
Yeah,
this. No, you can't do that. Yes, let's have that. No, you can't do that.
right. And if you do, pay the consequence, don't you?
Oh,
And I
yes, you
and,
do.
and and I think everybody pays that consequence and suffers in the beginning,
I think so because you're just learning, aren't you, to
right?
find out what you like and what you don't like. So of course you have to practice and then
Right.
start to learn what you do and don't like.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That
and that's
is
harsh. That can be really harsh. Um,
yes.
so you logged everything, didn't you, at the beginning?
I
You
lo
were,
I
like, completely insanely logging everything
like
with
like,
apps and tell
you
me.
know, Sherry, I say all the time, so I was 56 when I had surgery,
Mm,
50 now, um, and I understood so clear that I had one chance. You got one chance here, girlfriend, and if you're gonna do it, you better do it right. And so if Sherry said, "I want you to do this," I said, do I need any more? What other details? What other information? What other rules? And I took it to heart. And so she said, I want you to log your food. And I did. I logged everything. I'm sorry, my ears are cold. Um, I
okay.
um, I logged
Everything's cold. When you have
right.
these operations, you're just constantly like that.
I logged everything. If it went in my mouth, I
Mm,
used a Veritastic app and I logged absolutely
mm,
everything. To where every calorie, every protein, every carb,
mm.
every in the beginning, as everybody, you have trouble pushing enough protein. You have a trouble
Yeah,
pushing enough. And I focused the hardest because I knew I would get protein as I could get it. That
yeah.
was just as I could. But I made sure that my carbs stayed under 20 and my
Mm,
sugars
mm,
high. For the first year, that did not I didn't alter that at all, and people would say, "Oh
mm.
my god." how can you eat that? Because you do, because you
Yeah,
learn
because you've
to
been
do that.
told.
Yeah, I say all the
And
time,
as you say, it's a one opportunity to do this,
that's
so
right.
don't muck it up.
That's right. Well, I knew at my age, it wasn't like I was 30 and I could go back in a few years, or I could
And do it again.
one. I got one shot here, and I'm gonna do it. I knew what the assignment was, and I wanted to be successful.
Mm,
So
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And you are, look at you.
I,
You're
I've been,
really successful.
yeah.
Infectious.
Uh,
Okay, now the worst thing about this though that we get is body dysmorphia, don't we?
oh,
And
it's
I think
horrible.
you got it, didn't you? It's horrible, isn't it? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, can I put this around my face?
Scarf.
Lots of
Tops and
scarves.
scarf. I'm cold, summer.
I
30
need
degrees outside,
something
but I'm cold. Yeah. But how do
Yes.
you overcome it? Do
I,
you now?
no, I still, I don't know. Do you? I don't know. Work.
Yeah.
No, it's it is. You said a while ago. It's the mental game, isn't it? You have to come to a place,
Mm,
and I think we have to practice this from the very beginning.
mm,
And so I've tried. I can't say that I've accomplished it because some days I haven't. That you learn to love yourself from the first day to the last day, and at every step along the journey, um, you look and you love where you're at. Do I
yes.
look? Some days I'm like, look
Yeah.
at me. Yeah,
You've got to. In order then for your day to be good, to feel like that
right.
in the morning. Mm,
Absolutely. And then
yeah.
other days, myself and I go, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah.
But I think that's it. I
Just
think it,
bandage myself up.
right.
Yeah, I understand that. I get that.
I do a morning mantra in the mirror,
Oh,
every day.
good.
Yeah. And I think that helps too.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with that one. That's one I've got to pick up actually, because I don't, and I feel that I should do that in the morning in
Oh,
order to pick myself up better, and
yeah.
to appreciate myself, where I've come from, and the journey that I've had. Because
Right.
sometimes I'm just like, oh, and I like the body dysmorphia thing. You're just like, oh, I'm so fat, and you're just like, you
Right.
were you're not as fat as you were. Yeah.
No, no. I had, many, many years ago, my soul sister said to me, I was kind of in a down space, and she said, I want you for the next 30 days, every day when you
Mm.
look in the mirror, tell yourself that I love you. I love you. I love you. And at the end of 30 days, tell me how different you feel. And I
Mm.
did it, and I never stopped doing that. So for
Oh, I'm gonna
years,
do that for 30 days.
yeah. So, at the end of 30 days, you see a different reflection of yourself. You truly
My
do. So,
challenge for the
yeah.
next 30 day, that's my challenge.
Yes. And in 30 days, I want you to come back, Vic, and tell me how you
Yeah,
feel.
will do. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. No problem at all with that one.
Yeah.
And what I was gonna say is you did so much exercising. You even did a marathon,
I did a half marathon.
half
Excuse-
marathon.
yeah. I
You
did in the
so
beginning.
tell me.
Oh, yeah. So in the beginning, I swam, because I was morbidly obese. You don't go from being morbidly obese and having surgery and being able to run a half marathon or walk a half marathon or
No,
walk.
no.
It just
No, definitely not.
no. People think this is going to be an instant fix, and it's just not. It's a tool, and you have to learn what you can do with it and build upon it.
Yes.
Um, and so I joined an athletic club that the pools were open in, and I took my phone and I could turn it sideways because I didn't want anybody to see me, right?
Yeah.
And I would do water aerobic YouTube videos, and I would sit it on the side of the pool, and I would
Oh
just be
my
just
gosh.
that's how my exercise journey began, was
Oh,
YouTube
wow.
videos, and I just built it from there. Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's
Oh, that's amazing. Because when I go to the swim pool, all I do is the length. And then I
yeah.
can only do at the moment 3, no 4,
Mhm.
because I have to come back. And then I just sort of try and, move the legs, I hate the skin though. The
Yeah.
skin's all flopping about. It's
But
terrible.
what a beautiful thing that you have it.
But it is. But this is what I always say. I'd rather have the loose skin than all the fat in it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And the more skin I'm finding, the better I feel. It's strange, isn't it?
It's like this crazy trade-off.
I don't know whether anybody else feels like that. And I'm just like, oh no, I find it fantastic.
Absolutely.
Come on, more.
Ab-
Well, that means more's coming off.
ab- I moderate a group on Facebook, and I threw the covers off one morning and looked down, and there was, on the thigh, all the skin hanging on the inside of
Yeah,
the, and I reached over and picked up my phone, and I took a picture of it, and I posted it in the group, and I said, some people see this as excess
thick
skin.
skin.
I see it as success.
Absolutely. That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. Exactly right.
Yeah.
So you started off with swimming, then how did
Mhm.
it build up to half a marathon?
Um, so, again, Sherry, just being the wonderful person that she is.
I
Um,
can't wait to meet Sherry.
I don't need to meet her either. She's fabulous. We have a group on Facebook Messenger that's like our exercise group, and there's just a
Yeah,
handful of her, and we kind of cheer each other on. And it was like, these girls are walking and they're at the gym doing all this stuff, and I'm still just swimming. And I thought, well, I think I can start walking.
mm,
I'm to the space now that I'm healthy enough I can do this.
mm,
And so I was like, oh, there's a shopping center a quarter of a mile from the house. And so I walked there. And then there was a grocery that was a half a mile. And I walked there and just carried a small bag. It was like I
yeah,
can get
yeah.
a pedal and a
Oh,
bag.
great.
And it just kind of built from there. And then, somehow I got this goofy email that said, oh, you want to
Yeah,
do it
yeah, yeah.
today? And then we were off.
And then you just went into the marathon like that. Let's
And
do
then,
it then. Half a marathon. But
yeah. So,
then, unfortunately, what happened next
mm,
with your eyes?
yeah. So I was having some issues with one of my eyes. And so I went to the eye doctor, and I was diagnosed with glaucoma in my eyes. And so that was in August of last year. And it just shut me down just completely. I had to have a couple of operations.
Mm,
And so that was, almost a year now, 10
mm.
months, and have just started getting back into my exercise routine again.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's funny because for like the first 6 or 7 months, I was like, okay, I'm okay. I'm still doing okay. And then it was like
Mm,
someone 8 months, 7, 8 months of not
mm.
exercising. Like, ooh, all of a sudden I'm flabby again.
Yeah,
Everything toned, just like I woke up one day and it went, of
yeah,
course.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
That's my son, sorry. He doesn't stop ringing the doorbell, he's like that. And so we know it's him because he's just going ding ding dong ding dong. We're like,
Can you hear me?
I can.
Yay. That was crazy.
Sometimes my earphones do that. I've got to sort them out.
Okay, wait a minute. These earrings got to go now.
So you're doing the same. Look at this. Ooh, look at this. So a little bit of a little bit of a technical issue there.
That's
But here we
okay.
are, the faithfuls.
Challenges.
I
Yes,
know.
yes. Ooh.
Sorry about that, my lovely.
No, darling, it's fine.
So we were saying obviously about your eyes, and that stopped everything with the exercising and things. So you got
Yeah,
glaucoma.
so I
You have
got
to have a
glaucoma.
couple of operations.
Right, and here we are, 10 months later, and getting back into the routine. Right,
Good,
so
good.
it doesn't matter if you step off for a while. You just have to get back on.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's a good attitude as well. People should
Yeah,
be more like that. Then
it's
what
not always easy, right?
it really isn't, because the environment around you, etc., you just sometimes you just get down, you just can't get back on the horse, can you?
Right, right.
So would you consider skin removal? We were talking about this, weren't we?
Yeah, so I'm actually having so I lost a breast in the 90s. So I have
Mm,
one implant, one natural.
okay.
So July 1st, was that like we're pre-recorded here, so I'm like, 41 or 2
Yeah,
days from now. So I'm having the boobs done, implant
great.
removed, lifted up.
Yeah,
Yay. Super
fabulous.
super excited
Gorgeous,
about that.
darling. Yeah.
Yes, yes, so exciting. Do I so here's the thing. I'm 58, right?
Yeah.
I have a lot of excess skin. I've lost 125 pounds, so I have
Mm,
125 pounds
excess
worth of
skin.
skin. Right. I don't have a lot on the back. Uh, I have a lot of apron. I have
Right,
a lot of
right.
apron. That's where most of mine is. Some on the thighs, not so much that. Go
Yeah,
swim and go walk.
yeah,
Um,
I
but
will.
I have a lot of apron. So, I look at, I watch all the videos and this is how they do
I
it.
know I do.
Oh my gosh, it just looks so painful. And, will I do it? I don't know. I don't know. Part of me goes, absolutely, I'm going to go do it. And then I look at them and I watch the recovery times and I'm like,
Mm,
oh,
I know, I
okay,
know.
maybe,
It is a
maybe I
few
can live
months
with the skin.
recovery. Mm,
Yeah,
mm.
yeah,
No, I know it is a few months of recovery, but for me personally, I'm like, I can cope with that for the rest of my life. Just 3 months,
yeah.
and then have all the years that I feel all, hello.
Right, right. I'm not quite there yet, so we'll see. We'll
Well,
see.
to be honest, I haven't lost all my weight yet, so wait till I get there and then I'll see.
Right,
I'm
right.
probably
You're
all
gonna be
big
there
mouth.
soon, though.
Yeah, I will
Yeah,
be. Yeah,
you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there.
I know.
I was absolutely in the beginning. I was like, yes, I'm gonna do it. Yes, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
And then, but that was before I started looking at what doing it entailed.
yeah, 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 yeah. Exactly, exactly, exactly.
So,
Now, what I wanted to say is obviously thank you so much for coming on today.
gosh, thanks for having me,
And
Vic.
as I
This
said,
is
you
great.
are an absolute infectious person that I love
Thank
to
you.
bits.
Thank
I
you.
love speaking to you. You're wonderful.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank
Oh,
you.
that's all right.
I look forward to being back with Sherry soon.
Oh, I can't wait to meet her. Now, what would you
Yeah.
advise somebody that was going into it? Is there anything you'd say to somebody thinking about gastric, bypasses or sleeves, bariatric
You
surgery?
know, I think my main thing would be just do it. Just do it. Get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. If
Mm,
you have, if you've already thought about it, then you
mm,
know that that's the avenue you need to take, right? If you've
mm,
gotten to that step, and then I think the main thing is just to get out of your own way. I think
mm.
that we get in our own space and it hurts us more than it helps us.
I agree. I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
you?
no, I'd say the same too. I would say
Yeah.
exactly the same. Just go for it, and whenever, however old you are, I think just go for it. If you feel you're in a situation where it needs to change, your health is deteriorating, anything like that, I'll just say, you know what, go and look into it. Speak to your
That's right.
surgeon, speak to the people around you that have had it, speak to anybody. Go on the groups and you'll hear all the
Right.
stories,
That's right.
good
That's right.
stories. I see
And
their before and after photos.
that's right. And there's always going to be a horror story, right?
Mm,
It's
always.
surgery. It's
Mm,
surgery. They're not. It's not 100%. 100%.
mm.
So you have to take that into consideration
And of
too.
course, the horror stories aren't really horror stories. Like when you go on the groups, they'll ask you, oh, why am I having this pain here, and why am I doing this, and why am I doing that? Now they've got nowhere else to ask. Whereas the people that are doing really well aren't saying on the groups, "Oh, I'm having a fantastic day today. I'm doing this today." Do you know what I mean? So there's
Yeah.
that so you're hearing all the bits and pieces that obviously aren't very nice. But you're not hearing about the people that are truly having an amazing experience.
I have to say, so I said before that I moderate a group on Facebook, and
Mm,
it's for Sherry and Dr. Verbunen, who did my
yeah.
surgery, for that group. And of course, we have others that come in as well. We're
Mm,
always about supporting
always
everyone.
got a new one.
But I have, yeah, but I have to say that we all try to share the up as well. We always try to
Got
reach
to.
up and help those. Yeah, we try to
Yeah,
help
I
those,
do.
but yeah, so we try to show everybody the good side as
And
well.
that's what it's about, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's what it's exactly about. Helping
yeah,
others and helping people on their journey. And that's what we're all about. And if you've got those kind of people in your group, like I have, like you have,
yeah.
then everybody can help each other.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And I like that.
That's what this life is supposed to be
It's
about,
got
isn't
to be,
it?
hasn't it? It's
It's
got to
got to
be.
be. Absolutely,
Well, we'll make it like that.
absolutely. Yes, one person at a time, sister. One person at a
Exactly.
time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, look, thank you so much again. I really, really
No, thank
appreciate it.
you. Thank you.
No.
Namaste.
Oh. So what I'll do now is I'm going to end the recording. Okay, I'm going to put
Okay.
my end little piece at the end, and then I'll speak
Yes.
to you after.
I can't wait.
Okay, hold on then. Let's put the
Okay.
end bit on, if it'll ever work. Disclaimer: I am not medically trained, but I am here to be a support system for you on your journey. If you have any medical concerns, please seek professional help immediately. Together,